this is the big test for Michael Maguire. This is pressure on the coach to see if they can repeat what happened last week. Otherwise, it means nothing. To win, if they, it won't mean anything if they turn out like they have been in the opening 5 rounds. They need the same intensity as what they played against Parramatta.
They've only won 2 in a row, only did it twice last year, once the year before. Can they do it tonight? And an anticlimax as the ball falls off the tee. Damien Cook almost wants to laugh. 3 tries for him last week. And
on the run when you're ready, Damien.
Now we're off and running. Super Saturday, Fox lead. Tigers and South. James Tarmo, one of many Tigers coming off their best game of the year. With Jacob Little back in the hooker role, he played 3 times during the season before Jake Simpkin took over. Alex Seyfarth, another one coming into the side. And South really fired up here with Musgrove going nowhere on tackle 3. Leilua, pretty well handled. That's the 20-metre line with only 2 left. Offahengawi with Hame Sele down low and Jai Arrow up top. Well, Brooks has to give this everything. And it sits up very nicely for Alex Johnston. So an early win for South Sydney. They start in pretty good field position. Now here's a good barging run from a man having a very good year, Tane Milne.
Well, certainly no complacency from South Sydney. After the Tigers win on Monday, they knew they were in for a battle, and that first defensive set was very quick and aggressive.
Here's Walker. And getting it on to Milne. Inside the 20. Walker looked like he was prepared to kick there, or at least show the Tigers he thought he was. Hame Sele, just the second time he's a starting prop in the NRL. Gets it inside the 10. Last tackle here. Comes back now for Walker. He rolls it in and, oh, interesting play there. But somehow Norfoluma has kept it in the field of play and fallen on the ball.
Well, it was a big space that Cody Walker was able to put the ball through quite easily, but David Norfoluma's come up with a risky play, but one that he pulled off. Didn't want to half volley it because he had South Sydney defenders coming down on him. Jai Arrow was one of them and got his foot to the ball and just got a nice gentle touch on it so he could clean it up.
So it's Little now hitting it up, and again the Tigers not too many metres. That was a tough start to the set. This time it's Taft, the fullback, providing for Johnston. So the Tigers survive a couple of early moments, nervous moments, as we send it down to James Hooper on the sideline.
Evening, Dan. Evening, everybody. Where else would you rather be on a Saturday night? Conditions are perfect here. No wind around and the surface looked good. Just relaying that Tigers reshuffle. Luke Garner now playing right centre. James Roberts is out with a back injury. Jacob Little starts at hooker. Jake Simpkin still missing with a syndesmosis injury, as we see the South Sydney on the attack, and Alex Seyfarth, left edge, back rower. No Kelma Tuolagi, he's out with the flu and also a shoulder issue.
Thank you, Jimmy. So, yeah, big changes there as Walker getting it onto Johnston. 1 tackle left here. So, Ilya stepping around Garner. Lovely pass. Oh, no, not so lovely.
No, it came off Damien Cook.
Can you control it?
The pressure from the outside forced Elias to go back through the ruck, and as he passed the ball, it ricocheted off Damien Cook and went forward off Cook. Well, that's what the referee has ruled. So a little bit of luck there going the West Tigers' way, and you're right, they've kicked from their 30-metre line the first 2 sets that they've had. So field position has favoured South Sydney.
That is Kenny Mamalo. Bit of a surprise he is playing. He went off with an ankle injury last week and looked no chance, but there he is. Followed up by Little. It comes from Hastings to Tarmo. So inside South Sydney territory for the first time. As Musgrove now put on his back. Back now from Little. Hastings linking up with Brooks. That's a loose one, but Mansour can't hang on to it. A little bit of luck for the Tigers. Stafford Todd did some great things last week. Now he's thrown into touch. Oh, it's a long advantage played by the referee, and that's going to be Tigers' ball.
He just couldn't pick up the loose one, Josh Mansour, but then made up for it by getting Toa over the sideline. The Luke Brooks pass ill-directed, a lot of pressure on him, and just didn't have the time to find the men on the outside. Toa tries to come back inside, but monstered by Campbell Graham and Mansour, but no advantage play.
So the bounce of the ball going the Tigers' way here. And Norfoluma, little dribble kick across his own try line, and further upfield, a couple of fortunate bounces. Little picked that up. Toa now just outside the 30. As we so often see across the NRL, a set restart conceded on the first tackle. Off a Hengawi. So they last appeal off. Out it comes for Hastings. Inside for Musgrove. Little sends it back to Hastings, who gets it onto a running Brooks. And the front man safe fast, but well read by the defence, with Ilias there and Cook and Kalamatangi. But 10 metres out the Tigers with some tackles left here. Brooks wafting across field and linking up with Offa Hengawi. Plenty on the right side here, that's where it goes. Hastings waits, stands. Oh, Norfoluma. Almost. Taff bats it out of the way.
That was great composure shown then by Jackson Hastings. He went to the line, he dummied, realised that he couldn't take another step because Leilua had gone through and then got the kick right. That's good play from Hastings.
Clock's running, guys.
A lesser player would have panicked in that situation. He didn't.
Earlier, 2 forced dropouts last week. Gets a nice early one here. There's very little room to work with. And now it's South under a little bit of pressure here. And it's just shy of the halfway line. Oh, that's Hame Sele's in trouble. They all race in. They're all concerned. He was in an awkward position, and they came in from everywhere from both sides to help Sele as quickly as possible.
Oh, just got his head in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I'll let the trainer.
Just a little bit of footwork there off the left from Musgrove, and the hips caught him right in the head. Fell back out pretty quickly, and disappointing to see him go off because this was his first start this season. He came off the bench last week, and he was that impressive off the bench that earned him a start in today's game as he gets a pat on the back from Leilua. But
wait for their interchange.
I think very surprised if he comes back on tonight at all.
Yes, we've been caught out making predictions on HIA, but that looks a clear end of game situation the way he went down. But they'll go through the protocol and we'll wait and see. Fortunate now for South that Davey Moali is in the team, and it's a forward-laden bench.
Well, they've got a stack of front rowers, Tom Burgess and Liam Knight. Knight was impressive too off the bench last week.
Here it comes to Brooks, taking the line on. Hayfarth was the decoy that time. 6 more tackles, that's handy. That was midway through the set. As it comes to Offa Hengawi, and he's just going to take the tackle. Points, the big issue for the Tigers. They managed to put enough on last week. Has little now to Hastings as it comes inside for Musgrove. Plenty of ball for him. The replacement up front for Stefano Utoikamanu. Now Little's pass to Hastings. Oh, beautiful pass from Laurie. Norfoluma is in. The Tigers, they are riding away. But David Norfoluma, he got a double last week. He gets an early one tonight.
Yeah, very much like last week or last Monday against Parramatta. They withstood a fair bit of pressure early in the game. And they were certainly, field position was favouring South Sydney in the opening 3 or 4 sets. But When they got a chance down this end, they struck on Monday, and they do the same tonight. Great ball from Dane Laurie. That is a great fullback pass. That's the sort of skill that is required to play fullback these days. Caught it, released it, hit the man. He did not have to stop on his run, and he's an outstanding finisher. Steps on the inside of Blake Taff, carries Cody Walker into the in goal. And another hot start from the Tigers.
One touch, one try assist, Dane Laurie. That's a fair strike rate. David Norfoluma, he was slow, a slow starter in getting over the line this year. Now he's got 4. This is his 7th game, and record here at CommBank. 2 last week, obviously, at this very venue. And yes, a welcome pat on the head for Dane Laurie.
Well, repeat set there from Jackson Hastings, who was involved in that play. He was on the inside of Dane Laurie, threw the pass to Laurie. Laurie was under pressure from the South Sydney advancing defence, but threw an absolute beauty out to Norfoluma, but he certainly deserves credit, getting the repeat set. That man, the number 7.
Leader in from touch. Confidence only growing. One from one last week. And that one looks pretty good, and it holds. The man can do no wrong. Tigers 6, South Sydney 0. As we're about to cross the 10-minute mark of this game.
Yeah, and that's what they did last week. Even though under pressure early, they controlled the footy, and tonight they've started perfectly. They're 7 from 7. First couple of kicks, they had to put them out.
Okay.
We've got a big moment here.
In the lead up to the last point scoring play there, Tane Milnes made contact high. It's direct, forceful, careless. He's jumped. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yes, they've scored a try. It's still a sin bin.
Wow.
Enormous.
Wow.
Tane Milne marched for 10.
Just wait till he's off, Damien.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no doubt he got him high. So that's a double whammy. They concede a try and they lose Milne for 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's no doubt he collected him high. I don't know if it was late because he was on Laurie as he hit him, but it was high and forceful.
First South Sydney player to be sin bin this year. As Tamo brings it back. Well, if it was a little quiet before, it's not now. Musgrove. Oh, he got a dangerous offload. Good take by Laurie. He's caught up in traffic. Musgrove, that's his 6th run. Now Leilua.
Yeah, they must get to their kick. They haven't had to do it too many times this year. And they've only scored 12 tries now, but they need to get to their kick after scoring the first of the match.
This game started, South had it twice on the attack. They haven't had it since. Tigers 7 from 7 as Murray puts one on Musgrove. And now from inside the 40, Brooks. Not so much distance, plenty of height though, lots of hang time. As Taff now brings it back.
Well, if South Sydney weren't sure what they were going to get from the Tigers, I think they know now. 10 minutes into the game, they know that the Tigers are up for it. But South get the penalty
well,
and are leaving one.
Slipping into the tackle there, but
I understand he's falling, but you've still hit him in the head.
this is good for South. They can wind down some time and actually have the ball, which is a rarity.
Oh, barely touched it. Was it a fingertip?
You're going to blow a gasket before the season's
No, I'm not. No, I'm just.
I think there's a lot of people watching going, I think that man is right. And now, here come the Bunnies. Matangi. Ilias linking up now with Walker. Arrow. Good numbers there for the Tigers. Garner defending in the centres with Hastings there as well. Back now for Walker, just catching and passing. Murray for Ilias. Kalamatangi into safe half. So side to side at the moment, the Bunnies, but only 20 out. Murray now straightening. Here's Walker. Good. Finds the in goal and Laurie concedes. Well, that's terrific for South Sydney. Just eating up this sin bin time. They get to continue the attack.
Yeah, for the second time tonight, he's been able to get the ball in behind the Tigers' defence. Norfolooma's freakish play saved the first one. And they couldn't do much about that, though. Into the in-goal area. Dane Laurie just carries it dead.
10 seconds. Jackson, less than 10.
And South's first bit of pressure on the Tigers' line. Will go again.
12 on 13, of course. There's Keon Kalamatangi, the third-year player. You see there, Tane Milne. Still plenty of time. Avita Totola. 100th game. And over the 20. Good start to this set for the Red and Greens. As now Cook on to Murray. Straightening once again. Cook goes away from Walker here. As Totola sets it up. Is this the play? Oh, Murray, a little juggle. That's killed the momentum, but they still have one play left. In fact, with that 6 again call, they've got 2 to come. As Ilias back for Kalamatangi. Tigers are answering all these questions. A very big last play. Murray, now Walker. He gives it on, host the tap on. Johnston! He got over. He did remarkable to get as close as he did, and he's dropped it back. It's play on for Walker. That is a miracle play from Alex Johnston.
Yeah. I am happy with that.
Oh, it's going up as no try.
Okay, Adam, we have no try on the field. I need you to make sure that when the support player, after he passes the ball and is in front of the ball carrier, that there's no defenders obstructed, and then clear there's no knock on in the grounding.
It did take a while, and Johnston split those. There is 5 Tigers there. There's 5 of them. Leilua in front, Hastings, Garner, and Laurie just about to converge on Alex Johnston.
This is a Herculean effort to get rid of this ball, but it might all count for nothing.
We're just going to check Jai Arrow. He gets through the line. Cody Walker is in front of... He runs around him, but there's no defender that is impeded because the 17, Seyfarth and Garner...
At this stage, there's no obstruction in the lead-up.
Ah, that's going to be okay.
At this point.
It's Garner and Laurie. And then does Hastings thinks a bit, well, the ball's coming free. Did it come free and go back to Johnston?
Jeez, well, this is a 4K game. We're going to need every bit of that 4K to try and work out.
He ends up squeezing it out.
The ball has now been passed backwards from South.
It's
Still
play on.
Play on. Cody Walker scoops it up and gets across the try line.
Well, that is remarkable from Alex Johnston.
The referee, or the touch judge, just saw a player in front. That was Cody Walker, but he impeded no defender. And then that was a clean pickup from Cody Walker.
So
Just making sure there's no accidental offside.
It was interesting with that South Sydney hand near the ball, but again, it doesn't look like it's
I think
enough to take this away.
It's now backwards. Cody Walker
it's all backwards.
picks up the ball cleanly.
It has to be a try.
And that was the boot of
Playing on.
Cameron Murray. Off the Hangawi tries to strip the ball. That's no problem. That's going to be a try. South Sydney try.
And we have
Walker.
a grounding. We have a decision.
Right place at the right time, and that's going to deflate the Tigers. 12 on 13, and the Bunnies have scored.
Well, like at the other end where Jackson Hastings was able to find the in-goal area, Cody Walker did the same to get South Sydney another set against the Tigers on their line. And then just happened to be loitering around the ball Nice tip on there from Host. Johnston, I thought, was going to get there, but there was 5 Tigers in and around the footy, and somehow Johnston has been able to just squeeze the ball out and get a result off the back of it.
So he's got 140 tries. He's got a fair few try assists as well. And Cody Walker, you forget, because he's so devastating with his try assists last year, he has always been able to find the line. And that's another one for him this year. His third. And Ilias, Taff tugs that in and just, but 6 points apiece. Let's go to James Hooper once again.
A hot start from the West Tigers, Dan, and a cracking response from South Sydney. They come down their lethal left edge, and there it is, that little tip on to Alex Johnson. Powers his way across and then gets the ball loose. Cody Walker comes up with the try. No surprises, Dan. That shot that we saw earlier on Hame Selly, the HIA assessment has been done. He has been ruled out for the game. You can see that shot there. Zane Musgrove's leg knocked him cold.
Jeez, thank you, James. It's quite a relief, isn't it, that's the end of Hame's night. They've got the cover there as well. So it's a Tola getting them going. And now South's full of energy. Still got a few minutes with Milne in the bin. So they're not out of this just yet. But it's been textbook the way they've handled this sin bin period. 4 minutes remaining. The Tigers have hardly had it. Arrows run followed up by Jacob Host. Now Cook. Ilias to a slipping Kalamatangi. Brooks there wrapping him up. Fortunately, no contact with the slipping player. That was no contact that was high. This is an awkward one now for Laurie, but he handles it well. And what will the Tigers' attitude here be? 13 on 12.
Well, you've just had a try scored against you, so I don't think they'll be trying to grab a 4-pointer from this end of the field. They'll just want to get to their kick and settle things down. This is only their second set since Tane Milne's been sent off, or sin bin.
Garner out in the centres tonight, which he's done a couple of times this year. Now off a Hengawi to Brooks. Oh, hurries the pass. Good result. Tyre, bit of space. Got inside Ilias. Graham there with Kalamatangi. Final play now as Brooks. A high kick this. Johnston knows how to contort his body to put him out of harm's way. Good set for the Tigers. South Sydney, 70% of the ball since the Milne sin bin. What a seesawing game possession-wise, with the Tigers having a run of sets in a row, and then South just enjoying a few minutes.
Just take a step back.
A few minutes with the ball as it's all forced to go back a step. Arrow played 45 minutes with that big gash over his left cheek last week. As Walker goes long. Laurie. Around Ilias. And takes the tumble.
Just lost his footing there. It might have been half a chance. If he had a skirted one more, didn't hit the ground.
Musgrove coming off for the Tigers. That's a good first stint for him. As just going to work it out again with Toa. Zayfarth. Ilias can't stop the pass, and Little makes an extra few metres. Brooks, oh, that was too hard. Maybe not intended for Zayfarth.
No, I'm sure he wanted to get it past Zayfarth, but just how they were staggered there, that Tigers attack, just gave Brooks no ability to throw it across the face of Zayfarth or even behind him.
Well,
it was almost hidden behind Alex Zayfarth.
Couldn't do it again, could they, South, with a man in the bin? Cook. Handing it to Murray. At the line, then Walker. The cutout. Johnston pins the ears back. Oh, so easy. So simple. They're one man down. You'd think it was the other way around. Johnston. He gets over. South take the lead.
Well, they have looked dangerous when they've come down this left side tonight. Cody Walker has dropped the ball on his foot on a couple of occasions, but the spacings between the Tigers defenders has looked like it's all wrong. And Cody Walker, all of a sudden, it was a 3-on-2. He went across the face of Host, and Johnston was not going to be caught 20 metres out with an open try line in front of him. Does an amazing job on the inside, Cameron Murray, to just engage those inside defenders. That stops the slide of the Tigers' defence. David Norfoluma was in a long way, and Alex Johnston unmarked.
And that's 141 as he closes in on Benny Waring, and then Nathan Merritt. Parnay Milne back in the contest.
Well, that's amazing to score 2 tries. You're down 6-0, you lose a player on the try-scoring play, and then by the time he comes back on, you're up 10-6 with a kick to come. That's not good signs for the Tigers.
Wonderful stuff there from South. Here's Taff. He almost made a mess of the easy one. He's on a little streak at the moment of kicks. He got 6 from 6 last week. And that one doesn't come back enough. 10 points to 6. And Alex Johnston, what a few minutes he's had.
Yeah, they've had the bulk of possession, the South Sydney side, while Parnay Milne has been off the field. Brooks threw a couple of great passes last week. That one wasn't his best, though. Fired it into the chest of Alex Seyfarth. And off the back of that, South Sydney set, finishes with Alex Johnston running in their second try.
So let's see what sort of resilience the Tigers have tonight. They had plenty of it last week. But 6-0 up, 13 on 12, and they've conceded the lead. There's Johnston. Perfect from South. 7 from 7 in those 10 minutes. To Tola. There's Arrow. You can still see he's got left side of the face. Cumbert is now. Or Kalamatangi put himself in an awkward position. And that gives the Tigers a little bit of an opening.
Well, it does, and they needed it, didn't they? After giving up 2 tries against a 12-man outfit, they needed something to change the momentum. The Bunnies had had all the ball during that period, and the defenders were just able to get there. He was carrying the ball quite high, Kalamatangi, and they were able to get up under his arm and just force it free.
The Tigers haven't had that much ball down this end. There's Laurie. Happy to go straight to the 3 defenders. It's back for Tamo.
Now, what ball the Tigers had early in the game has been outstripped now by South Sydney.
6 more tackles. Laurie going down the short side here. Gets it nice and early. Spins away from Kalamatangi. Got past Ilias momentarily, but Totola was there to clean it all up. Hastings sideways. Off of Hengawi straightening.
I think the Tigers look likely down South's right side. They just haven't been able to find the man. They've been creating half chances.
Now this is Twall. He was superb last week. Now it comes out to that side. Brooks holding it up. Now there's trouble. Gets there. They attack South right. They are rewarded quickly. Kenny Mamalo ties it up.
Well, they have looked likely a couple of times down that side, but it's just been the rushing defence of Campbell Graham and Josh Mansour that have cut things off and made it hard for the inside Tigers players to find the right man. Brooks was trying to do that when he threw a pass into Alex Seyfarth only a couple of sets ago, but this time it's a long spread. And Stafford Toa does a great job, as well as the inside men just go through their process. It was a great ball out to Toa from Luke Brooks, and that created space for Kenny Mamalu. Good stuff from the Tigers. They hit back off the back of a South Sydney error. And that's where that got them. It just went across the face of Dane Laurie and created enough room for Toa and his winger Mamalu. But after having 2 tries scored against you when you were up against a 12-man outfit,
they had
might
to score
have been
next.
demoralising. But
They had to score next, didn't they?
South Sydney couldn't get through their kick-off set. Kalamatangi made the error around halfway, which offered the Tigers half a chance. It certainly gave them the field position, and they were good enough to take advantage of it.
I'd say you should coach Brandy, but you're too smart for that, as you got the best seat in the house here in the commentary box. But
I'm happy talking about it, Dan.
we've got a good game here.
We have.
Hastings got the first one from wide out, other side of the ground, and
I think you got to start thinking about the Tigers Easter Monday rather than the Tigers in the opening 5 rounds. Every now and then your mind just flips back into the opening 5 and you wonder what you're going to get. But they look like they've got more steel in them now.
off the Astro turf onto the real turf, and somebody stop it. 12 points to 10. Tigers back in front. Seesawing first half. Only 25 minutes gone. We've already had the 4 tries.
Well, he's kicked 2 from the sideline now, Jackson Hastings, and Brooks just floats that one across the face. Campbell Graham thought it was going to Dane Laurie, and that was where they created the 2-on-1.
Well, funny old game, Brandy. 12-0 the Tigers lead when it's 13-13. 12-13, South are up.
So good recovery from Luke Brooks as well, who threw that pass that saw the error, saw South come up with their second try.
Tamo captured on tackle number 1. Again, good completions for the Tigers. That was the case last week as well. Something's bothering Tamo. See if there's anything on this replay.
Was he just sort of flexing a shoulder? Was it almost, well, it was a crusher. Kind of.
William Knight, who is possibly in the firing line.
See how he sat down there and just drove over the top. He didn't really bend the head, though. He looked like he pushed more from the shoulders. So, you know,
he won a penalty. He was unfortunate. He clipped a slipping player earlier and gave away one.
He's ended up in an unfortunate position. Okay, it's on report. Got a duty care.
Yeah, so it is a penalty.
Well, you just, even though it wasn't a classic crusher, you just can't go in with force when a player is in that sitting position with his back to the defence.
So plenty of reserves on the field now. You see Tom Burgess, the number 14, and Alex 12 driven backwards here. Knight last appeal off. Oh, Brooks takes the line on. Did well to hold on to that because there were South players everywhere. Ball.
It is a very quick moving defensive line from South Sydney. They are trying to shut it down before it gets to the edges.
Yeah, here's Little weaving down the middle. And he gets 6 again. And then a penalty to boot.
Well, there was that Liam Knight just tipping him up. Silly, just a leg grab, tipping him up. There was no danger to Jacob Little, but it was Cody Walker just giving him a pat on the shoulders and telling him to calm down a bit.
Wait, no, Luke, time's off. It's being removed.
very good this year, coming back from all those head knocks. And
well, off the bench last week, he made 20 runs and made 200 metres. That's in 40 minutes. That's very good from Liam Knight.
And those 2 incidents, he's just come into the game. Tigers spreading it here to get it to the middle of this field. So now their turn to try and go back-to-back with tries. Little goes short side to Brooks. On it goes now to Ty. Just his second game in the centres. He looks like he was born there. Back now for Hastings. 12 straightening. Closing in on the 10-metre line. They've stacked the right side here, the Tigers, but Little goes to the left where Hastings on to Brooks. The cutout, Mamalo just had to wait that split second. But no panic with 2 tackles left. Oh, Brooks, the stab kick. Leilua and Laurie pouring through, and that was a little awkward.
Who do you think that came off, Dan? Did Leilua get a kick to that? No, they're going to rule it came off a South Sydney player.
It looks strange, didn't it? But right now it's a South Sydney dropout. Obviously the bunker will have a look.
Yeah, didn't wait until the 5th to put the kick in. I think it was Leilua. He went close. Nice kick from Brooks. In and around the posts.
And I'm told they've looked. Dropout. So more pressure here for South. Ilias, you going to go short? No, he's not. He was looking at that left side there.
Well, he did look at that, and that brought 4 or 5 Tigers up, thinking that it was going to be short.
So, in the end, the Tigers barely make it to halfway on tackle 1. And that little bit of guile there from Ilias might prove quite crucial, as the Tigers already now 2 tackles in. And oh, that's a handy recovery there from Offahengawi.
Yeah, he grabbed it just before it made contact with the South Sydney defender.
Now Hastings for 12. So they're trying to go down the middle here. As Little sends it to Hastings. Brooks waiting. Brooks stepping. Brooks straightening. Got past Kalamatangi. Burgess cleans up. Little goes left again. Hastings rolls in a kick. That's a nice kick, and Mamalo almost 20-metre tap.
Well, that was well played by Josh Mansour. Mansour did an unbelievable job to just shepherd that ball across the dead ball line. I thought Mamalo had a genuine chance to score a try here. Oh. Mansour actually missed it. Pole.
So it again turned out pretty well, but what about the touch of Hastings? And Knight puts it down. His rough first half continues. Tigers looking to quickly get it on as Mamalo is going to take the tackle. Week a long time in football, and there's a penalty for West's Tigers.
Well, both teams have had chunks of possession, big chunks. You know, the Tigers had 7 sets to start the game, even though Souths had a couple down their end. And then while Milne was off the field, Souths had all the ball, and now the Tigers have had it all since he's come back on.
Hastings does not stop barking instructions and giving direction. Now he's just to the right of Little, but it's going to be Laurie to have a little dart.
Well, that was obviously missing from the Tigers game, the chat on the field.
He's happy to shovel off to Offahengawi. He gets away from Burgess, and
he was half a chance to unload there, and again, the right side is looking a bit shaky for South Sydney.
Now Hastings just goes himself here. Doesn't fool the defence, but does get it inside the 20. Little goes himself here. They weren't ready for that. Oh, and again, if he could have found someone to link up with. Last tackle. Laurie knocked on by Taff. Perhaps offside. Doesn't matter. It's a knock on anyway.
Well, they just can't get the ball, South Sydney.
Same. It's just a knock on. Let's just leave it at that.
It's just a knock on. That's.
Where do you want the ball, guys? Where do you want the
Jacob Little out of dummy half troubled them. Then Dane Laurie looked up. South's defence up very quick to shut down any type of pass. So Laurie forced to do it all himself. And just gets the error from South Sydney. This is a huge defensive set for South.
Well,
just inside 10 minutes from the break.
The perfect setup. A scrum, 10 metres out, centre field.
Walk off. All heads in. Stay in, Blake. Stay in. Break.
And it comes out to where the players jump to. Laurie cuts out. Or Laurie was cut out by Brooks. Oh, no! Oh, if Walker holds on, he's probably going the distance. What a crazy chain of events.
Well, it was a shocking pass to Norfoluma, and somehow he rescued it. He threw it back in. Now, there was 3 South Sydney players there. If Walker holds this, he doesn't even have to go all the way because Alex Johnston was looming up on his inside there, and that was a South Sydney try.
Can you believe it? It's Tigers' ball. Off a shocking pass, but getting that little bit of luck.
He's riding it.
Isn't he?
Maguire.
Stay in, break.
And it comes out to Brooks. Try up to the 20. Now Hastings. McKaylee. Who's last to peel off is Little now. Quick pass to Hastings. Now for Brooks. Here's Laurie. There's numbers here. The kick, the tap. Zips across, does enough.
Yeah, he was covering in the backfield there, Blake Taff, and did a great job doing it. So he was in position. The kick looked good, but Taff was already tracking across just in case they were able to get themselves through. Mansour up again, denying any sort of pass. He left himself open and left the sideline open, but Dane Laurie just couldn't get the pass away to those 2 unmarked Tigers players.
3 dropouts forced. That's the most in any game this year for the Tigers. We haven't even got to half-time yet. Real discipline shown, real patience. Apart from 1 or 2 shoddy passes, they have maintained their nerve as Seyfarth. 19 from 20 their completion rate. And McKaylee, touch flat-footed, still hard to put away.
Well, they've got to turn this advantage, this possession advantage, into points for Tigers.
McKaylee really put in a plea there for 6 more. Is that high on twirl? Not according to Ziggy, the referee. So we continue here with the 2 tackles left. Oh, Hastings holds on. So Brooks will be the man for this last play. Time to set himself. Here comes Mamalo. Oh, he had a shot too. He would have had a little bit of work to do had he come down with it, but that was a real chance.
Well, he scored 4 tries from kicks, Kenny Mamalo. He scored an extra one and got up above Josh Mansour. It was there. It was there to be taken.
So South's been given all they can handle in this first half. They have made 6 errors, the Bunnies. They're not helping themselves.
Well, that's been the story of their opening 6 rounds.
That's it. Worst completion rate in the NRL. Here's Knight. A steady run. Burgess.
What they did do is do a fantastic job surviving that period with all the ball to the Tigers.
Walker, deep, angled. There's Laurie. That's a good chase too. Milne and Johnston give Laurie no room at all. As Norfoluma goes nowhere. Garner. It's a strong run. So just outside the 20. Mamalo is good at this. It's a strong run from him. This time it comes back to Laurie. Ilias around the waist. So they make it through another set. Oh, Hastings under pressure. Cook rushing up, but no panic at all from Hastings in the end. In the end, if it holds, it's a very good kick. Taff will make it out, but doesn't go much further with McKaylee all over him.
Yeah, gee, that is a great kick and chase from the West Tigers there. It was a good set that they put together off their own line. Finished with a nice run from Dane Laurie, but how he got that, he did a great job just to get a kick in. The pressure from Damien Cook, he was all over him. But Hastings, as cool as you like.
Cook yet to have a run yet, it just hasn't presented itself. They're doing a lot of this, just rocking it out as now Knight over halfway. But that's it, that's the 5th tackle. Walker, similar kick to his last one. Norfoluma comes forward, or that's okay according to the referee. Post going for the ball. Here's a spread. Tight into Ilias. Making Ilias work. That's 10 tackles now for him as it comes out to Brooks. Oh, nice don't argue on Mansour. Have some of that. Malo. Lailua. His 3rd run. Didn't have many runs last week either, but did come up with a huge try. The kick now conservative as Taff over the 10. But again, the chase. This is shades of last week, and they've come up with it, the Tigers. 10 metres out. Hastings wants to get rid of it. Can't. Oh, they had South shot. They're still scrambling, the Bunnies. Little off the slow play the ball. Brooks on to Laurie. Laurie can't evade Murray. Another test for the Red and Greens. Oh, Laurie's hurt. 12. And that's play number 3. Now Hastings. Brooks on the right. Lailua. Early ball, Norfoluma. Defenders everywhere. Lailua gets it on. Musgrove. Almost. Brooks goes long. And it's wild. This is play 5. Seyfarth. Well, he's trapped on the 30. Final play. Hastings goes up. Mamalaw's coming. He's going quickly. Mansour, excellent. Graham in the clear. He's got Laurie to contend with. Gets rid of Laurie. Now gets it on. Ilias puts the foot down. This is incredible. Oh, the hooker, Little. Got him. What a tackle. The hooker on the halfback. Graham. Now it's the Tigers defending their line staunchly. Oh, penalty. Penalty.
Time off. Which player? Which? Alex.
So a full set here, unless, hang on, are we going to lose one? We do. 13 on 12.
Alex Twall, the man that's been sent to the bin. What an incredible passage that was. Mansour with the offload. At the other end of the field, Campbell Graham linked with Ilias. That was one of the great chases from Jacob Little to mow down Lachlan Ilias a metre short of the line.
That was Chautauqua stuff. He wasn't going to get there until he...
Well, a minute 19 left. They've got a full set, South Sydney.
That's it, 13 on 12. Tom Burgess, well, he broke their hearts with a try last year. Now Knight are trying to barge their way over. This was a tactic often used against Canterbury last week.
Oh, they're horribly short on this side of the field.
Cook goes that way. Walker. Taff. Lost it! Tigers hold on. Oh, high drama at both sides kept out when they looked so likely.
They were waving defenders across, the Tigers outside men down on this right side. And you thought with Cody Walker attacking this side of the field that it was just a matter of time before they opened them up. Big tackle. David Norfoluma in there. That's a great save from the Tigers.
So now Hastings just happy to provide for Seyfarth. Tigers led last week 14-10. Hastings to halfway. And it looks like they're going to lead again. Brooks. Mansour not really hurrying, neither is Taff. They're happy to let that go. Tigers are happy to see it go into touch. Now that's a South Sydney player. That might be Host.
Yeah, it is Jacob Host, Dan.
Now they've already lost Hame Sello, so they're down to 16. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. But half-time. Oh, this is a terrific contest. The Tigers and the Bunnies. What is it about these two sides? Always dramatic clashes. Tigers 12, Souths 10. A big 40 minutes coming up. And we're off and running in a bobble from Walker. And let's immediately go to James Hooper with some news on the sideline.
Big news in terms of the context of this game, Dan. So Jacob Host is out. That shoulder was dislocated. It has popped back in, but he will not take any further part in the game. That means the Bunnies are down to 15 men. For the Tigers, equally big news. There is no Dane Laurie at fullback. Stafford Toa is now playing fullback. The concerns are Laurie has done his MCL. That means that Oliver Gildart is now playing left centre for West Tigers.
Jeez, that's a huge story, that. Thank you, Hoops. And a penalty here for South. So,
yeah, this is going to make it tough for the Tigers. Down to 12 men. We just heard from James Hooper on the changes. No Dane Laurie, that's a blow. They were probably fortunate that they were carrying an outside back on the bench. But the Tigers now give South Sydney, well, they give them a great position to start this set from.
So it's Knight. A couple of steady runs to start his second half. So just the 12 defenders for the Tigers. It comes to Tom Burgess. He's pounding it down the middle. Well over the 20. Quick play the ball. Murray, plenty of space. Ilias on to Kalamatangi. Gildart down low. Back to the middle as Knight now runs it straight into Little with the help here of McKaylee. Brooks down low. Comes back now for Ilias. Here's Graham. Deft touch. Mansour stepping in field. Keeps it alive. Graham puts it down. They've held on.
Oh, that is great desperation from the Tigers. Again, plenty of numbers arriving. They looked like they were short, and they were. Mansour had a bit of space down this right touch line, cut back in, and the Tigers arrived in numbers.
Hoops is dead right. The fortunate bench player available of Oliver Gildart can slot in. Same with South Sydney having all forwards. They've lost a couple, so that works out well for them.
Well, they've got front rowers on the benches. Hastings shows a bit of speed there to get past a couple of South Sydney defenders. They've got plenty of front rowers. It just means that Kalamatangi and Jaiara will probably have to play the 80 minutes.
Which done quite often. Now Mamalo with a bit of footwork, but well handled. Here's Brooks. McKaylee. That was a good result as Musgrove now to Hastings. Can't skip past Walker. So on the last, Walker was in pursuit of Brooks momentarily. Oh, Taff. Fair off the chest, but no panic. So 4 minutes, make it 5 minutes now gone with Tall in the sin bin. So they're halfway there, the Tigers.
Well, the groan here from the fans at Combank Stadium when Blake Taff juggled that one. awkward kick to pull in there from Luke Brooks.
Here's a good straight run here from Arrow. And the quick play the ball. There's Cook running for the first time and helping himself to 15 metres. South fans wanted at least 6 again there. Contest. Toa not getting close to it. Comes down for Norfoluma. Look out, Norfoluma. McKaylee down there in back play. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Well, that was a 25-metre run and an important one there from David Norfoluma. Stafford Toa didn't get to the contest. Looking for an offload safe half.
Hastings thought about running. Gives it to Musgrove.
Well, that's a couple of great runs there to get themselves out of trouble. It's play 2 and they're over halfway.
Now Hastings goes deep for Brooks. On it goes to Gildart. Mansour one-on-one. But again, the meter's flowing. Brooks stepping, right foot step, got past Ilias. And that was Mansour again. Gildart, a dummy half. Here we go, the deliberate ploy. Mamalo straight into Graham. And that provided the easy passage for Taff.
Yeah, he did well, Campbell Graham there. That was a great line that he ran. He didn't change it, but went back towards the ball and made it, well, impossible for Kenny Mamalo to get to the contest.
So just over 3 minutes with Toil in the bin. Maybe 2 sets here for the Tigers to endure. Bit of frustration there from Cook that the referee is letting the players get away with some slow play the balls here as Ilias brings To'a forward, but no problem for him. And yet again, we remark on their completion rates, 27 from 28. It's a leg up they're getting on that score. South just 14 completions. Norfoluma, he's been immense at times tonight. Just the one-out run here for Garner. Leilua. Oh, beautiful footwork. Last tackle now. Hastings. Taff forward. Oh, and again, he almost mistimes that jump. Quite spectacular in the end. A minute 50 with Toil still in the bin for. Johnston. Oh, spinning again. Mansour. 15th game for South and a tiny offload as Taff now gets it on. Kalamatangi for Graham. Oh, he turned Gildart inside out, then gets it on Kalamatangi up to the 10. Hard to contend with here. Still 2 tackles left. Tigers are stretched. And South will spread it. Now Walker. Straight down the middle. They hold on the Tigers, but there's 1 tackle to go. Cook. Ilias. Mansour claims it. Scores. Mansour over. South retake the lead.
Well, that was a set that travelled 70 metres after Jackson Hastings hoisted a high bomb up. He made the tackle, but that was back on the 20. And then through the set, they started to turn the Tigers around. Campbell Graham found some space and found Kalamatangi down this right sideline. They were desperate, the Tigers, but just couldn't get there in the end. Gets through the feet of Safar. Mansour finds himself well in field to chase that kick.
This must have been a good put down. Oh, yes.
It was.
It's clean, all right.
It was from Mansour. We've seen plenty of players get that wrong. It was a ricochet off Jacob Little. Straight into the path of that man, Josh Mansour. And you're right, there's plenty of players that have fumbled that sort of situation in the past, but he did a great job to get his hands on the footy and force it.
closer to 100 tries. That's 86. Second for the year, Josh Mansour. Second year here at South Sydney. So they finally cashed in, the South Sydney team, with the one-man advantage. We're all about to re-enter. But very much still a contest here at CommBank. So Taff he missed one from wide out, and the one he got wasn't all that convincing. This one 19 in from touch. This is his 11th first grade game. And he drills that one. So South now leading the West's Tigers 16 points to 12.
Bunnies flyer Josh Mansour, Dan, who scored the try, but it was this man, Campbell Graham, in the lead-up, who has been absolutely outstanding on the right edge for South Sydney tonight. 124 metres, 2 tackle busts, 2 offloads, a line break assist. He has been in everything. And I want to give a rap to Cameron Murray as well, the Bunnies skipper. They've been forced to do a lot of defence. He's already made 34 tackles so far tonight. We're back to 13 on 13, boys. Alex Twal back onto the field.
Thank you, Jimmy. Now, 2 players we haven't seen yet. Jock Madden for the Tigers and also Davey Moali for South Sydney. So a couple of fresh bodies being kept. Madden came in last week at about the 58-minute mark. And that changed the structure of the Tigers, with Brooks going to dummy half.
Yeah, just watching that replay then of the Campbell Graham run and pass to Kaloamatangi, it was actually Josh Mansour midfield that got the offload. That's why he found himself close to the kick on that occasion. They spread the ball to the right, but he just stayed in the middle of the field. And Jimmy Hoop was right. He's been very good, Campbell Graham, with the ball.
Oh, this is a terrific set. Nearly 70 metres. As Walker tucks that kick in behind Norfoluma. To'o's going to be wrapped up here inside the 10. And now they fly off the line here. The South Sydney defence. Norfoluma, such a good ball runner, but even he can't make a dent. Garner, still in the 20. Lailua. South have stepped it up here. Oh, it's a penalty to the Tigers. That's a huge call.
We're holding on. He doesn't play it square. Impacted by defender.
Because there was a bit of confusion there. Alex Twal had overrun the dummy half, Jacob Little. It didn't look like they were going to travel any further, and kicking well within their 30. But the penalty was certainly what they needed.
Well, they were crying out for 6 again, the tackle before. What a result to get here. Okay.
I don't know what. I missed it. I'm not sure what he was penalised for. Said holding, but.
Yeah, tackle 2.
Got a problem
HIA.
here. Problem at HIA.
Tackle 2, Zane. It's a HIA. Who is it?
That's going to be Little.
Jacob Little.
So that
tackle 2 there. Just wait. You got to play.
should bring Madden into proceedings. So if last week's a guide, it probably wasn't going to be too far away before the change was made anyway, but now Little has to get an assessment.
Well, last week Luke Brooks went into dummy half, which is, I think, where he's going to find himself now.
Straight there. So Brooks fires it out to Hastings. Now Madden with his first touch. To'o gets it on to Gildart. Can't step inside Graham. Ball played for Mamalo. Madden first receiver. Hastings bringing off a Hengawi into it, but that defence was waiting. So it comes down to the last tackle. They're going to go the Mamalo side again. No, not this time. It's Hastings Going high with Norfoluma, putting a chase on it. Oh, Johnston, superb. Oh, but hang on. It's picked up by Brooks. Surely not. It's a catastrophe. But it's going up as no try. No one knows.
Okay, Pads, we have no try. I want you to check the element of loose carry, and then if the defenders knock the ball out and knocked on before picking up and grounding for a possible try.
I'm thinking that the Tigers players knew it came off one of their own because the Tigers chasers near the try line all stayed away from the ball.
It's a fair indicator, isn't it? So
Right
Hastings, and they go right
from the Tigers.
good chase, Norfoluma, but Johnston up above them.
Fantastic catch from Alex Johnston. In between Leilua and Norfoluma.
Just looking for a possible escort here from Cody Walker.
All right, well, we might be at a Tigers penalty.
Well, he comes back towards the ball. He doesn't have to move. He hasn't changed
Cody
his
Walker
line.
is looking over his right shoulder and runs an escort line which impacts David Nofoluma's ability to contest the ball. We have a decision.
Yeah, he might be looking over his right shoulder, but he might be looking over to brace himself for contact. That's
So the judgment there is obviously
just watch Brooks.
Brooks has punched this out.
Yeah, he does.
So we go to a penalty. So
The
out of
ball is
all
knocked
this,
on by Luke Brooks.
Tigers penalty
We have a decision.
Which we
inside
thought,
the 20.
yeah, and those players that were standing there, look, those Tigers players, Leilua and also Norfoluma, they knew it had come off Brooks.
The escort run by Cody.
I didn't think Cody Walker had changed his line. He came back towards the ball.
Where am I supposed to go?
Not there.
Tell me.
And Cody not happy.
Can you be pinged now for looking over your shoulder?
Well, he was running towards the ball. That's the strange thing. Anyway, Tigers a chance. Off a Hengawi, driven back. Oh, there's a bit of mustard on that tackle. That was Harrow delivering the heat. Oh, speaking of heat, Burgess all over Twall. Brooks dummy half. Was his arm chopped there, or was that just loose? Comes away to Totter. And this has been uninspiring so far, but still 3 tackles left. Twall. Tommy runs into the shoulder of Arrow. Here's Hastings finally getting his hands on it as it comes down to Leilua. Getting more difficult to contend with, but 4 needed to put him away. He's made to play it. Hastings on the last. The familiar tactic. Mamalo this time got it wrong, but it bounces back. Madden got there. Chuck Madden. Touchy, not sure. Ref not sure. Players not certain. And we're going up as no try.
Adam, we have no try. I need you to check Ken Mamalo as offside.
Okay, well, the kick from Jackson Hastings went in around the 10-metre line. Actually, he was 12 or 13 back.
Well, they're all okay there, aren't they?
Well, it's very hard to... Has anyone got a slide rule that I can put on the screen?
Based on the camera angle, Ken Mamalo is required to have both feet behind the ball when it is kicked. The right foot of Ken Mamalo is in front.
Okay.
Well, that's an
the end of the
anticlimax.
story.
We're playing on at this stage to see where the kicker goes.
Well, he goes for the ball.
Ken Mamalo is not placed onside.
I think he's
and
inside the
involved
10.
in the play.
And no one
We have a
places him
decision.
onside. It'd be fascinating if Madden got this down. Not that it matters now.
No.
But
Josh Mansour spilt the ball and Madden picked it up on the run and looked like he got himself into the corner.
they're going to get a result out of this high ball to Mamalo. But not this time. Penalty South. We still have 26.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
James Hooper, down to you.
Fox League is the only place you can watch the Anzac Day doubleheader live on Monday from 3 p.m. Jess Yates, Benji Marshall and Cooper Cronk will have all the build-up to the Dragons and the Roosters clash at the historic SCG. Then at 7, it's the Storm and the Warriors at Amy Park. The Anzac Day doubleheader only on Fox League.
Absolutely, and this is only game 4 of the weekend. We're only halfway there. Once this is wrapped up, Murray got past Brooks. Captured on tackle 4. Yes, showing. Graham tries to get on the outside of Gildart. Gildart does well. Slowly comes away Ilias. The tricky little chip. Oh, Cook needed the bounce. Comes away. Tom Burgess. And this is going up as no try. Something looked a bit off about this.
Tackle 6, G. I have no try for a knock-on from South Sydney.
Yeah, well, look, that's certainly how it looked. The little kick from Lachlan Ilias got over the Tigers' defensive line. Damien Cook was on the inside. I thought Cook made a touch on the ball as he was trying to retrieve it.
Kick chaser onside.
Got into the open and behind them, Damien Cook, and then got an ugly bounce.
There's a clean run to the ball at this stage.
I think it hits his left arm.
It's hit someone. It's hit someone. Looks like a knock-on, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it touched the left hand of Damien Cook, and then the Tiger coming through. Alex Seyfarth also got a fair bit of it, but I thought the first touch was Cook there.
Damien Cook knocks the ball on in the field of play.
Well, this is stop-start, but
Have a decision.
it's for very dramatic moments. Now the Bunnies are denied.
2 markers, just here, 2 markers. 2 markers.
So just the one try so far in this second half, which belongs to South.
They put together a good set though, South Sydney again, coming from deep in their own territory. I wonder if the Tigers can do the same now as they cart it out through McHaley.
Here's off a Hengow. He's been the number 13 all 7 games. That's a good run. Try and march their way close to halfway. 12. His 12th run. He really is a workhorse. Good play. The ball allows Tyre to explore down the middle and get over halfway. So good meters for the Tigers in return. Madden evades Kaloamatangi. Now, there's a bit of contact after the kick, but no problem there.
That was a good deep kick from Jock Madden, just over their side of halfway, and he put it down right on the try line. It gives South the challenge of carrying the ball out of their own end.
Graham. It's the 30-metre line where he'll play it. So 9 errors to 1. It's Tom Burgess. That'd have been something. Tries in corresponding games last year, this year. Here's Totola back into the contest. So on the last, it's Ilias. And Mamalo. Good chase. Oh, Tom Burgess up there. Brings it back. South Sydney, a much longer layoff heading into this game than the Tigers. 3 extra days. Wonder if that plays a role in the last 20 minutes. Davey Moali, you saw there, about to enter the game for South. Leilua getting harder to deal with, but that's come out. Now, how has it come out? It's come out illegally. So that's big for the Tigers. Late in the count. Now they can go on the attack again.
Yeah, they've had a couple of those, haven't they, coming out of their own end, the Tigers. Nice relieving penalties. Jackson Hastings off quickly with the tap.
Well, he spotted something. As 12 follows up. Brooks Oh, that's a great pickup from Musgrove. With that shocking pass from offhand Gowie. Musgrove goes down after that tackle. Here's Hastings linking up with Madden. Now Garner. Milne down low. Play the ball for Norfoluma. 12, just straight and hard and over the 20. Well, Kenny is ready. Comes out there. There's Hastings. Mamalo this time does get his hands to it. And it comes away for South, and now Taff looking for a little bit of open space.
Oh, has he got a South Sydney?
South in here.
Yes, he
The
does.
ruling's knock on South. You can't
South Sydney
challenge.
knocked on.
Well, no challenges used so far.
The ruling's knock on South. What do you want the scrum? Little scrum.
Well, Mamalo got to the kick. Let's just see what happened here. He got the ball. Did that come off Campbell Graham? That can be the only knock on.
Yeah.
Work in. 25 seconds.
So Mamalo, that's lost back.
No, he's got to be saying that Campbell Graham got a touch to that ball, pushed it forward, and it was...
Unless he's saying Ilias lost it into the player, then it went back. They could have challenged.
10 seconds.
They could have challenged and they chose not to. Jacob Little, by the way, has passed his HIA, James Hooper tells us, so is available in about 5 minutes. From Brooks, out to Madden. Oh, trouble! Oh, they must score! Norfoluma! Tied ball game! Off a scrum, it's Norfoluma! He gets a double! And the Tigers will not go away!
What a great attacking position that is. The centre field scrum, so many tries have come from it. They get it horribly wrong here somehow. Toa just doubling around from the middle of the field, and it leaves Jai Arrow to try and make the save on David Norfoluma. Arrow coming from well in field. Norfoluma beats him to the corner. And what a huge play for the West Tigers. They get a result off the kick, a knock on for South Sydney. They haven't been down this end of the field with an attacking set. It seems like an eternity.
Should they have challenged the Bunnies? I wonder if they're rethinking that now.
What a huge play that was. Norfoluma, for the second time tonight, hits himself across the try line.
Biggest lead of the night, either side, is 4 points. It has been, rather 6 points at the start, my apologies. Tigers 6-0, but since then, South's got it to 10-6. Tigers 12-10, South 16-12, and now 16-all with this kick to come. It's been nip and tuck the whole way, which is often the case when these two sides clash. Now, Hastings' kicking has been the difference.
It has. He's nailed 2 from the sideline. He was very good last week. Easter Monday.
So 2 from 2 to Taft's 2 from 3. This obviously a challenge, and it's a tight angle. That one is hitting the post. Oh, so close. All tied up, and somehow that feels right. Let's go to James Hooper.
David Norfoluma absolutely loves Combank Stadium, Dan. A double Easter Monday, a double again tonight. That is 6 tries in his last 5 games on this turf. And for the wingers tonight, in what is a seesawing contest, that is 5 tries from the 4 wingers. West Tigers local junior Norfoluma, they love it when he scores.
He just increases his record as Tigers' all-time leading try scorer. And encouraging too, with Madden obviously heavily involved there and Brooks at the back of the scrum. So seemingly they've lost nothing with that restructure. As was the case last week, as now Offahen Gowie. Going down here to the wire, it seems. Wailua. Number 9, Jacob Little is back here. Jacob Little is back. There's the kick, and it looks like Madden is the man that's come out of the game. So a very quick stint from him. South now starting this set inside their 20. So as soon as Little was available, rush back onto the field. Tigers 35 from 36 for the game with their completions, and so far perfect in this second half. A young colt figure, this boy, Davey Moali. Now Cook's line ball past it to Tola. Put the Tigers up. Just one run for Damien Cook, and it was a big one, but he's been kept pretty quiet so far anyway. It was can't escape Campbell Graham.
A good chase, Campbell Graham there, just to make sure that he didn't find some room back in the centre of the field.
Just cramping up in the background. Getting a lot of miles in the leagues tonight in that fullback role since half-time. Remember, no Dane Laurie out with, as James Hooper tells us, an MCL injury, so he might be on the sidelines for a few weeks. And another South Sydney player down, that's Tolole. So they could lose another forward. They've already lost 2 tonight. Johnston brings it back. Pretty good field position here for South. Good defensive set.
That was pressure from South Sydney on Jackson Hastings there that caused him to pop that one up in the air. That's why he didn't get the distance. And you're right, South Sydney play 2 just short of halfway now.
So they've lost Sele South. They've lost Host. And Totola is still being treated. And play might have to be paused here because they're about to get within touching distance of him, as now it's Murray for Moali. No, he's been cleared to Tola. Doesn't look right though. Here's a deft little kick from Walker, and good work from Tola, nice and safe. So the tension just ratcheting it up. A couple of conservative sets as time ticks away. Oh, Norfoluma. He is such a good offloader.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times tonight, hasn't he, out of his own end? And it's not surprising. He's got that in his game. But that was an important one just to get South turned around.
Tough run by Marlaw. Ilias putting himself in the road there as now it's Jackson Hastings going for a dart. Now a solid run from Seyfarth. So they've gone over halfway. This the last tackle. Brooks. Little lower this kick. Lovely pickup from Taff. But it's the Tigers returning serve with their chase. 15 minutes to go.
And set for set, hasn't it been, for the last 5 minutes?
We couldn't have golden point again, could we?
Neither side making an error, neither side giving a penalty away.
Oh, Johnston, another tough run from him. Totola coming off, so they have lost that forward. They may be down to 14 South. Liam Knight coming back into proceedings as Kalamatangi over halfway. He's made well over 150 metres, Keon Kalamatangi. Ilias on the last. Now that is ricocheted, and right now it's play on.
He's quick.
It's Brooks down the sideline. He's got Gilder. He won't need him. Brooks goes all the way. Brooks may have just put the Tigers in front. Oh, this is shades of last year. He went the length of the field. That night, it It was taken off him. It was given to Tom Burgess. This, though, looks like a legal try.
Well, both sides going set for set. 16 all. Luke Brooks off the back of a pass from Lachlan Ilias that caught the back of one of the South Sydney players coming through. I think it was Campbell Graham, and Brooks swooped on the ball. Once he had it in his hands, Campbell Graham, he had to get through. Ilias threw it at him. He had players out the back. The ball sat up there for Luke Brooks. And once you realise there was no outside backs chasing, Brooks was never going to be caught.
His week just gets better.
Well, I don't think there was a player, and I know we have had players under pressure throughout the history of the game, but Luke Brooks, the pressure that has been applied to him over the opening 5 rounds was, I felt for him. You know, I thought, I don't know how he's getting himself to training with a positive attitude to get himself to the next week. Everything seemed to be lumped onto his shoulders, and a change of number seems to have done the trick.
Well, look at that time. Now it's starting to become a factor. So it's South with the task ahead of them. Hastings won't have any problems here. Tries in 7 minutes. It's the Tigers up by 6 down to James Hooper.
The return of Jackson Hastings has made the world of difference to Luke Brooks's game. Dan, it has taken all the pressure off as we see the 5'8" wearing the number 6 jumper tonight scoop up that loose ball and race 70 metres under the post to send the West Tigers to the lead. On Fox League, we've got you covered tomorrow with 8 hours of rugby league coverage. Live from 1:30 p.m. Kalen Ponga, fresh off a new deal, will go head-to-head against the Parramatta Eels. And then at 4 p.m, it's the Panthers and the Raiders. Then Cody Walker will join Sunday night with the great Matty Johns.
Yes, indeed. But will he go with a win under his belt? Looking at the South Sydney bench, Tom Burgess, the only one sitting there. Tavita Totola trying to shake off that injury, that shoulder injury. As Gildart now. He's not going to run it out of dummy half.
Well, you talk about sides getting in the grind, and the Tigers won the battle. They forced the error. A bit of defensive pressure on Lachlan Ilias. He threw a pass that was misdirected, and Brooks was able to snap it up and run 70.
Leilua's been busier this second half. Here's Hastings. Doesn't get it to tail away from Taff. It'll do. Now Mansour inside the 10. Look at the chase. Chasing of both sides off kicks has been excellent. So we don't know if Totola can come back. He looks to have improved. Tom Burgess might just be the last man standing there. As Murray gets it onto Walker. Here we go with Milne. But numbers there from the Tigers.
It's been good defensively, Luke Garner. Throwing back into the centres tonight. No James Roberts.
Riley. Well contained there with his third run. Don't really get close here, South, for an attacking kick as Ilias puts it up. A tough one. Tola puts it down. Now here we go. The chance.
First knocked back by Tigers and then knocked on by South.
Wow, it's a South Sydney knock on. And they're going to challenge immediately.
Yeah, I think they have to.
Ruling on field. He said after the juggle, we've got it knocked back and then knock on by South. South are challenging the rule.
You've got to say, they've been their own worst enemy with errors, but boy, the bounce of the ball has not gone their way tonight.
I thought the ball just bounced off the chest of Toa and you got a hand to it. I've seen these called knock-ons plenty of times.
Drama in the contest.
Well, no, there wasn't. No,
Well, it looked
I don't
fine,
think
didn't
so.
it? Looked fine, didn't it? Well, that's got to be a knock-on, doesn't it, Randy?
I think so. I think it's a knock.
Starfatoa knocks the ball on. It then hits the opponent, Blake Taff.
So it's going to be a
The
South Sydney
challenge
ball.
is successful.
Yeah, good challenge.
Yeah. I'm not even sure there was a South knock on anywhere there. Anyway,
Guys, challenge is successful. Where do you
South
want the
ball,
scrum?
10 metres out.
Where do you want the scrum? Middle?
Been a little you score, we score, you score, we score. Can South,
That has been the trend, hasn't it?
can they do it here?
Well, the Tigers were able to do it from a centre field scrum. Let's see what South Sydney can produce. Cody Walker's down the left.
All heads in. Just wait. Ball in. Stay in.
Brooks jumps across to his right, and that's where the ball goes. They've read that well. Walker onto Taff. Nothing doing there.
Yeah, they dragged Luke Brooks from the left across to the right just to make sure that they had the right numbers.
Set restart, handy, an extra tackle. Knight now on the 10. Want to be careful of the Tigers as now it comes to Moali. This is tackle number 2. Patient so far, the Bunnies. Cook. Tomo was up quickly. Not involved there as Murray goes to ground. 3 gone as Cook now continues to go left. Here's Walker. On it goes to Taff. And Taff runs out of room. The Tigers just seem to have players everywhere.
Yeah, well handled there, Brooks, and
Garner again, was it, as it comes out
Garner.
now? Elias, Kalamatangi inside Mamalord, not quite inside Hastings. Huge last play coming up. Short side. 6 more tackles. 6 more. Kalamatangi saw the call. The task gets so much harder for the Tigers. Moali! Oh, that's strong. And forces them over the line. And that'll be tackle 2. And he'll play it on the 10-metre line.
yeah, not a bad thing for South to bring the ball back 10. Just give themselves a little bit more space. This will make it tougher for the Tigers.
Crowd as loud as it's been all night. Murray, oh, his man Knight overran him. No damage done. Cook, another one-out play. Arrow now, well, they've opened up the right side with 2 tackles left. As it comes from Murray to Elias to Kalamatangi, and he strolls through. Keon Kalamatangi, oh, he's having a night tonight, and the Bunnies will have a chance to tie it up.
Well, that was a classic South Sydney try. They worked at the centre field and then stacked the right side. Dan, you called it. And we just wondered who was going to get the ball. Cameron Murray to Lachlan Elias, holds it flat. Oliver Gildart had come up past the ball. That created the space. And a one-on-one tackle there. Left up to Jackson Hastings, tried to get him from side on. But Gildart left his post too early. He could have shut it down there, but moved off the ball to the outside man and makes it very hard for the halfback Hastings to tackle the likes of Kalamatangi, who has been dangerous down the right edge, along with Campbell Graham. 22-20, Dan.
Oh,
Kick the come, Blake Taff.
very gettable, 11 in from touch, but it's no sitter. Taff this year has had an excellent record. Last year was streaky, but he's been in terrific form.
Well, a set restart on play 5 meant that the challenge was going to be enormous for the Tigers.
It's never easy for the Tigers, is it? But boy, haven't we got a barnstormer of a finish. Blake Taff, big moment for the kid in his 11th game. He's handled just about everything in his early first-grade career. Terrific kick from Taff, all tied up. West's 22, South's 22. James Hooper, down to you.
Hold on tight, Dan. The roller coaster ride is not finished yet. And Keon Nicola Matungi, hasn't he been enormous for South Sydney tonight? They are down to only 15 players. No Hame Saleh, no Jacob Host. Tavita Totola is okay. He's been treated on the sidelines, so it is still a 15-man South side. That man on screen has made 52 tackles, the Bunnies captain. And let's not forget State of Origin coming up soon, gentlemen. Be there live to witness Australia's greatest sporting rivalry in Sydney, Perth and Brisbane. Tickets are selling fast. Head to nrl.com/tickets to secure your seat today.
That's it. Back to a bit of normality, the Origin series this year. South Sydney now need to hang on to it. Tigers still one error all night. South much better in recent times with their completions. Murray down the middle. This is a wonderful set. They're almost a halfway on tackle 3 as Cook. That is just his second run of the night. The Bunnies building. Knights. Now Walker. Here's Arrow as the defence retreats. Last tackle just inside the 30. Penalty. Kickable. And a challenge immediately from the West's Tigers.
Tigers are challenging that they have not put the hand in the play the ball.
Well, this is tricky to see.
Well, this is a roll of the dice.
Yeah. This needs to be perfect for this to be overturned. Well, he's given Arrow a massage there. Oh, it's a knock on.
He's dropped that. He's lost it himself. Now there was some work on the arm from Luciano Leilua, but he didn't touch the ball.
Oh,
There
yes.
is no ruck interference from
The captain's challenge
is just a lost ball.
may
by
be
Jai
the
Arrow.
difference in this game. Taft would have had a
Challenge is
kick
successful.
from 28 out on a pretty comfortable angle.
You'd give him the 2. You would give him the 2. Now, that is a massive result for the West Tigers.
Now, they're only 20 short of halfway here.
I wasn't sure whether he'd got a touch on the ball or not, but he was quite... I thought he was just hoping that there was no touch on the ball. But he was correct, Leilua. That's a big moment in the game.
Heads in, lads. Cameron, head in.
So an untimely error, just as they were building brilliantly. So many metres in that set. But now the Tigers. Oh no, we're on tackle number 1. 22 apiece. Tamo. And again, South there. Cutting him off quickly. Back for Twirl. That gets them going forward. That gets Twirl over 100 metres yet again. Little providing for Tamo.
They got someone down against South Sydney.
And that's Knight. So they're down to 12 at the moment here, but no adventure from the Tigers. Knight's coming straight off. Burgess racing on. Here we go. For 2. For 46. Hastings. Not this time. Not a bad kick, though. In fact, too good, because it gives South an extra tackle and a 20-metre tap.
Yeah, you would think at the back end of this set that South would be in a position, unless it's a mighty defensive set from the Tigers, to kick a field goal or have a shot themselves. He did it last week. That one was even a little longer then
So the
from Jackson Hastings.
The Bunnies down to 14 with Knight on his haunches on the sideline. That becomes really important if we do go to Golden Point. But there's still 5 minutes for this game to be decided.
It was a slow play the ball. They need to get a roll on South Sydney here.
This is tackle 3. That extra tackle might loom really large here. As Cook onto Ilias. Now Walker on the run. Here's Milne. Oh, he's lost it! Their own worst enemies tonight, South Sydney. And the Tigers get another reprieve.
Well, Jai Arrow loses the ball in trying to play it. They looked like they were going to get the result. They don't. Now Tane Milne, off the back of a play down that left side that had plenty of metres in it, and they still had 3 tackles up their sleeve, but they've turned it over.
Now here's a tidy run from Gildart. That's tackle 3 near halfway. Hastings has shown he'll fire them from anywhere. They're already in his range. Tamo, he sit back and waits.
He's got time.
This is the spot. This is the spot. 2 weeks in a row.
He's hooked it.
He's pulled it again. This time he hit it. He hit it so hard he's pulled it.
Well, that's another 7 tackle set.
Time off. You got offside play.
Yes, we're inside 4 minutes now. You got to take whenever it's on offer. He hope to get closer.
He strikes them so purely, but this time it's no good from that very spot where he won the game last week. He might get another chance yet, but right now it's South Sydney with the opportunity. Can they hold on?
Well, they've tightened right up the Tigers. They're very condensed, their defensive line. If South push it to the edges, they'll make metres.
Walker waiting behind the play here, but it's Arrow just happy to march it forward.
There's still a number of plays left.
4 on 3 on this short side as it comes from Ilias. Away to Milne, plenty of metres. Tight angle though on tackle 4. Cook.
No one there.
Had to get rid of it. Did well. Murray. Now Walker. Kalamatangi. Well, it's set up perfectly. If they want to go for 1.
Lockie Ilias.
Ilias. Now Arrow. Oh, he thought it. Oh, he has a shot. Now we can laugh, but it's a 20-metre tap and 7 tackles.
No, Jason Demetrio would not be laughing. Jai Arrow decided to do it on his own, but there was some confusion. Damien Cook out of dummy half. He had no one to give it to. Where were they?
Lack of composure.
Now, the Tigers haven't been able to get closer than 40 metres. Let's see what they do off the back of the 7 tackle set. Gildart evades Campbell Graham, but runs into Damien Cook.
Yeah, they haven't had one of these, have they? A 7 tackle set.
That's a good run from North Aluma.
2 minutes 20 to go. Chances running out. Oh, they rushed up there. Arrow was trying to put a big shot on, perhaps out of frustration. Mamalo succumbs. Madden back in the game. Gets it on to Tamo. Back it comes from Madden. 33 metres from the line. 2 tackles to work with. Hastings looking for 6 more tackles. Doesn't get it. This is it, the last play.
He's out of play.
Madden. Madden. No. Charge down, but they'll get it back. Oh, no, they won't. It's South now with Cook. But hang on.
Down, he's in front of him.
Hang
Time
on.
off. Yes. You can challenge the ruling of offside. You can challenge the ruling of offside.
This is going to be Tigers' ball.
Jock Madden, the man to take the shot, charge down.
Oh, yes, it is too.
Cook, and did it touch Jai Arrow?
It looked like it did from that angle. That's brutally unlucky.
Accidental offside. That's what Souths are challenging. Need you to review that.
The ricochet off Damien Cook looks like it has touched Jai Arrow, who was just fractionally in front of him.
Well, the captain's challenge saved the Tigers a couple of moments ago. Well, that's a tough one.
Well, that's desperately unlucky if that's happened. And from the front on angle that we saw,
Damien Cook charges the ball down.
If it's accidental offside, it's a scrum, not a penalty.
and it hits the
That's
hip.
hit him.
It hits the hip of Jai Arrow.
It then hits Jai Arrow, who is in front of Damien Cook.
Okay.
It's an accidental offside.
Let me ask
Challenge
the
is unsuccessful.
Premiership winning halfback, how do you play this? You got 1 set to win it.
Well, you don't wait until the 5th. You kick. You get yourself in position to kick it off the best play the ball.
The challenge, no, it's an accidental offside. The challenge is unsuccessful. Where do you want the scrum? Middle scrum.
And whether that comes on play 1, 2 or 3, you wait and see. But Jackson Hastings should be sitting in behind the play the ball, waiting for the best and quickest play the ball and call the ball.
They could take it from this and it would be the closest he's been. 30 metres out, 1:37 left. High drama again at Combank.
All heads in. Tigers need a
Don't
lot.
cast your mind back to Monday. They had a couple of chances and they didn't take them. And he said, well, we hadn't practiced our field goal set up much. I'm sure they did a little bit of work on it this week. Let's see what they come up with.
Madden looks ready to sprint. There he goes. Happy just to provide here for Gildart. So that's the 20-metre line. Good start for them. Little. Hastings directing traffic. Twall. Hastings a little deeper. Hastings to Madden, but they were waiting. Now he runs. There were 3 defenders that rushed up, but he can't take advantage. Still on the 20. But they're looking as off a Hangawi. Now he's going to take tackle 4. Hastings just to the left. He points to Brooks. It's Brooks. It's a field goal. It's Luke Brooks this time. It's a dream. These Wests Tigers are 51 seconds from another miraculous win.
Well, that is incredible, isn't it? Luke Brooks standing 10 metres deeper than Jackson Hastings. The ball goes back to him. He scores a 70-metre try to get them 6 in front. And then when it's time to deliver, Luke Brooks drills it through the middle.
Oh, yes, Michael. But it comes down to this. Oh, what a catch. Stuff it all. Cramps it all. Oh, I'm not sure he's faking that either. Maybe a touch, but he has been battling those cramps all night.
That was beautifully played by the Tigers to drag Brooks in the middle of the field. No one was expecting him to get the ball.
6th field goal of Brooks' career. Last time it was against the Dogs in 2020, a game winner.
Had plenty of time to think about what he needed to do and just struck it beautifully.
This time a year ago, the South Sydney Rabbitohs broke the hearts of the Tigers in the most cruel way you can imagine. Now the Tigers get some revenge. For the 2nd week in a row, the Wests Tigers have won it at the death. They are the Cardiac Kids, and they are back-to-back winners. The Wests Tigers. Oh, they're kissing each other. They are so excited, and my goodness, they've earned it tonight. That is a gutsy performance. The Tigers were disciplined, and they finally found a way to get the winner.
When you have a look at how they have completed and the control that they have played with 42 of 43, they are match-winning stats. Now, it doesn't always fall your way, but the West Tigers, after losing their opening 5 rounds and looking terrible in rounds 4 and 5, have come up with 2 one-point wins against a couple of the big guns, the Eels, and back-to-back now for South Sydney as we watch the Luke Brooks field goal again. Beautifully set up by the Tigers, and couldn't be happier for that man to kick it.
Jackson Hastings, the traffic cop. Luke Brooks, the hero tonight. Hastings had a couple of chances, and Luke Brooks. And Robbie Farah joins the celebration. That's against his old club too, Michael Maguire. I don't think he's thinking about that. He's just delighted to win yet again at the death. Well, what drama. The Tigers, they do it every week it seems. Well, that's it, but stick around. We've got a big post-game coming up. Wraith running the show from the Clive Churchill studio. Thank you, Brandy, and well done, James Hooper, with all that injury news. And we'll hear from the coaches because that is going to be quite significant. Now the kids running on the field. It's a night of celebration for the Tigers. The 5 weeks are 5 days from heaven. Wests Tigers 23, South Sydney 22.